Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and more importantly, happy 2021! Happy New Year, guys, and I really hope that your new year is going well so far, and that you're being kind to yourself and setting resolutions, but also keeping them light because, you know, the year has been hard and everyone needs to rest, so don't forget to rest and take care of yourselves. But yeah, welcome to my January plan with me. This is so exciting. This month's theme is lights, I suppose. I basically have this theme of like light bulbs and fireflies with jars and brown paper going on, and I honestly fell in love with it. It is just a very simple but adorable theme, and I'm very, very happy with the end results for once. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope that this can inspire you for your own bullet journal this year. And I'm sorry that this video is technically a little bit late compared to the Bujo rules quotation mark for upload schedules and stuff, since January has already started. So I definitely plan to put up my February plan with me in the last week of January. So stay tuned for that. So on the left hand side of the main welcoming page to January, I wrote the quote, "Lights will guide you home." And there's no meaning really behind this, but I'm sure I'll find a meaning at some point during the year. I just think that it's a very nice, calming and reassuring quote. And I don't know, to me it just kind of keeps me motivated to just keep going, and that life never stops. So things will pass and new things will come, good things will come, and bad will come too, and that's okay. But yes, you can see these simple round light bulbs hanging from the top of the page. I think this was a very cute way to go with the light bulb theme. I absolutely love hanging plants mixed with like hanging light bulbs. I just think that it adds so much like cute decor in a room, and so I really wanted to embrace that in this theme, even though that wasn't really like the main focus point, but it brought me a lot of joy. And then on the right hand side you can see the main title, which is January obviously, along with a jar with 3 simple little fireflies inside it. And I actually saw this like reference image on Google, and I thought it was so cute, and I was like, oh my god, I have to include fireflies, like they are too cute to not include. And so I did, and I'm really glad that I did. And the extra little elements that I also added were little stars and little sparkles all around the page, and yeah. And then you can see that I am gluing in a brown piece of ripped up paper. I actually got this paper from buying like a mug at Dollarama, and they like wrapped it up so that it wouldn't get hurt on the way home. I have this pink dot glue roller. These are an absolute lifesaver, guys. Like, I'm telling you, these are amazing. Though the pack that I did get were a little strange. They have no backing. So I kind of have to like hold everything in so that nothing really like falls out. I think these are actually supposed to be refills for an original one that you already must have at home, but I didn't have the original one at home, so I have the refills, and they're a little bit harder to use, but if you don't get the weird refills ones that I have, they are very useful. So basically they're just kind of like sticky, not glue, well, I guess it is glue, but like a different type of texture of glue, and you kind of like roll it out, kind of like you do with like those whiteout roller things, and voila, it just acts as glue, and you don't have to use a glue stick or wet glue or, you know, all that stuff. On to the calendar page. This month I ended up using a whole spread for my calendar, as I wanted to include a little section for events and monthly goals because I want to do a lot of things this month. I have a lot of things on my schedule. So I kept it really simple, and I just did the regular straight lined calendar, and I filled out the dates later on as well. And you can see in my sketch I have a bunch of hanging light bulbs as well, and a few jars with some fireflies. I decided to keep a very similar lettering from the introduction page to the calendar page for January. This is actually the same font that I used for my 2020 January lettering, which is funny because I didn't mean for it to be, but it ended up being that way. And I don't know, I just feel like that font really fits January, you know? As I'm recording this voiceover, I just got an amazing idea for maybe like March or something, but I really want to do like a terrarium theme at some point this year, and I think it's going to be such a cute theme, and I'm very excited. So be excited for that, because that's definitely coming sometime this year, guys. I definitely have a good idea of what I want to do for February, but I'm not gonna tell you guys until you guys see the video at the end of the month. But yeah, please let me know down in the comments below what theme you guys are doing for your January bullet journal. I'd love to know, because maybe I can use them sometime this year as well. It is kind of hard to come up with themes sometimes, so I do have like a list on the side of like a bunch of random items or, you know, random words that might inspire those. But most of the time I try to come up with whatever I am inspired by in the moment, but it can definitely be a challenge. I'm honestly so glad I ended up adding brown paper in this month's theme. I wasn't going to originally, but I really love the contrast that it has compared to the white paper, and how my white gel pen and regular black pens really just stand out against it. And it just adds like a perfect little mid-tone between everything, and I think it just makes everything a lot more cohesive. So definitely don't ever be scared to add different types of media in your bullet journal spreads, because I think that is the coolest thing when people do bullet journal spreads and themes and whatnot. Some people do watercolors, some people do acrylics, some people do pencil crayons, others markers like I'm doing, and some people just add random like scrapbooking type of papers and whatnot, and I think it just adds so much interest and uniqueness to bullet journal spreads, and I think that's beautiful. And I know I've said this in practically every single video that I've made so far, but bullet journals are there to experiment, guys. Please take that chance, because you might end up finding something that you never knew that would, one, make your life much easier, and two, you would love so much. So for me, my main discovery has definitely been paper. I love using paper because, one, it's simple, two, it adds so much detail and uniqueness to a spread, and I really enjoy that. So right now I'm working on my mood tracker as well as my habit tracker spreads, and this one took forever because for my mood tracker I decided to make a bunch of light bulbs. So I had to draw out 31 light bulbs because there are 31 days in January. So this definitely took a lot of my time, but ended up being very worth it in the end. So when I finish the spread, it's gonna look like a little bit colorless, but that's because as I go on, my mood tracker will be filled out with either gray or yellow, depending on my moods. The jars at the bottom will be filled out with little circles that are colored yellow to represent like little fireflies, depending on the days that I do those habits. So let's say one day I did art, then I would make a little circle with the number of the day that I did and color it in yellow in order to represent like a firefly type of thing. When I recorded this, I didn't think of adding any brown paper to maybe like the habit tracker title or something, and I kind of wish I did because then it would have added like that mid-tone again, but that's something to note for next time. And onto the weekly spread. So this is definitely one of my favorite little tricks that I do and that I did very often in my 2019 bullet journal as well as my 2021. It's just like continuing the cursive into a random line that leads to either nothing or an object or a circle. So in this time, relating it back to my theme, I made them connecting to a light bulb, and inside the light bulb will be the day of the week. And I think this tactic really just like really separates the days, and I really enjoy how that looks and how organized it feels, but while also adding that little creative twist to it. And then on the sides, I kept them pretty simple. I added a small little calendar on the top left-hand side, and then a quote, and then under that, I'm gonna add a little drawing of a firefly, and then on the right-hand side, I did a quote, and then a jar with a bunch of little fireflies flying out of it, and it just looks like little fairy lights, and I love how magical it feels. As I was doing the fireflies throughout this theme, it really reminded me of my September 2020 theme. In my September 2020 theme, it was mushrooms and like little fairy houses. So if I had included fireflies into that theme, I think it would have been the absolute best, because then it just would have felt so much more magical. But I think this theme really made up for that. I don't know, just something about cute little flying lights in the darkness just makes me feel so at peace and whatnot, you know? So definitely had so much fun drawing these this month. I also really enjoyed the single color theme that I had going on, along with the gray and the black. I just think that it adds a very nice touch. And here is the final flip through of my January theme. Again, light bulbs, fireflies, and glass jars. I really hope you guys enjoyed this theme. I had so much fun making it, and I'm very excited to make new spreads during this month. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you are doing for January this year. And yeah, I'll see you guys all next week. Bye guys!